Hey, Teacher Thoughts here, coming at you with another video. We're going to do another day of our greenhouse build. Today we're going to go ahead and take care of the end walls, and then we're going to go back after those are done and put in our diagonal supports in our... we're going to go ahead and put our diagonal supports for our trusses, our nice curved sections that we've got there. So let's go ahead and lay this out, make sure that we've got it going, and yeah, after that's done, then we'll be ready to work on other things. Hopefully we can get most of this build done today, and then after we're done, we will go get covering material, and we'll cover this and get our plants into it. It is going to be about 100 degrees today and tomorrow and maybe Monday. So not quite ready to cover it because we don't want to cook everything that's in here as far as the grass patch in the bottom. But we do want to get the covering on because fall is quickly approaching and we need this greenhouse finished. So let's get that end wall on. All right, so our end wall piece is 6 foot 6 inches long. So what we need to do is figure out how to place what is kind of a fake or a faux door in the middle. I want both sections to be identical. It'll just make it easier for the plans and for drawing this out. The doorway, I'm only going to do it 2 foot, so if I need to duck through sideways, that's okay. I just want a door that's wide enough to get through, but as narrow as possible so that I don't get a lot of heat loss in the winter. So we're just replicating on this side. There's not going to be a door here, but we are going to put our vertical supports in here anyway to build out this frame, and then we're going to replicate it on the other side. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and measure across 3 foot 3 inches, which is our center mark. And then we're going to come back 12 inches on there, which is going to give us a mark right here. So that is going to be the maximum mark as far as this direction for our vertical piece. We'll do the same thing on this side. All right. So we know our doorway is going to be right here. We're going to repeat that down below, and then we're going to put our vertical supports up there, mark them, and cut them. There's our 3 foot 3 inches. This will just be real quick, real basic. Okay, I know that this will be our doorway here, right? But on the other end. So this is our mock end. In case we want to put a doorway here, it'll be set for that. So this is going to be a little bit trickier. I'm going to put my boards up here. We're going to go ahead and take a measurement. And we want our vertical supports to come up where we can put a diagonal across there so that we have something to attach our plastic to and also give strength to our end wall. So we're going to go ahead and take one of these 2x4s, put it up there, mark it, and we'll go from there. We're also putting these vertical supports on the inside of our sidewall because our diagonal supports, we want them to be in the same plane as these other boards. It's just going to make it easier to put the plastic on. Okay, got that one marked. I'll go ahead and cut this one. I'll do the one for the other side, and then we'll start putting them up. So as I was getting ready to put the vertical supports in, I did notice that they, top to bottom, they don't line up. So the measurements are correct. It's just the supports themselves don't line up. So what I'm going to do is I've got a board that I'm going to use as a diagonal support. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-stress this. I'm going to get it to shift to the right, which is the direction it needs to go. And I'm going to use a tool that's probably one of the oldest that you can use in construction. So a plumb bob. These are ones I've had for a while. I use them a lot when I build greenhouses. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one up here. We're going to line it up with our top piece with the mark. We're going to drop it down and we're going to try to get the rest of this greenhouse to line up with it. It's going to be tough because we're also at another angle that it seems. So I'm going to go ahead and just wrap this around a few times. There we go. It's holding good enough. All right. So get this string out of the way so it doesn't affect it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift the whole structure this way, and then I'm going to put a screw in it with the diagonal support so that it can hold my end wall square for me. There, that should work for me. So that's going to hold it vertical while I get the rest of my pieces in there. All right, so our wood dried out a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and pre-drill it. Just going to line that up, bring it up to the right height, pre-drill our first hole. And we'll go ahead and fasten it in. Okay, now we need to put our in-wall supports that go from here up to that corner, and those are the ones that we are going to attach the plastic to make sure that we have a good complete edge. If you're working by yourself like me, it's always good to have a nice set of block clamps. These are my old Craftsman's ones, but I know you can get a decent pair at Harbor Freight for right around $20-ish. So yeah, block clamps, need some of those. Good grief. Well, all right. We're going to make some, take some joining plates. I've got this one up there. It's just easier for me to put them on when it's on the ground. Put this one up here, line it up about where I want it to go, and then we'll put it on. That moved. All right, there's that one. We're going to go ahead and put a screw up there to hold that in. All right, we'll put our joining plate up there when we get to that. Let's get the other one done. All right, what we got left is our top piece here. We're going to go ahead and measure that out and put it in. All right, put some jointed plates up there after we get this on, and it'll all be together. Looks pretty good there. Interfere with our plastic. Again, this is just a 1-year temporary structure, so I'll make a few changes here, and we'll get our support pipe up where it needs to go, and then we'll go ahead and put our support all the way across. Okay, so we're working on the end connection of our ridge piece. With this, I've just hammered it flat so that it's easier to work on, and I don't honestly need it. I don't need it round because we're just going to clamp it down. So I've got a starter hole already. What we're going to do is we're going to put this on here. I need to make sure it's out here near the end, so I'm probably not going to use the starter hole. So I'm going to drill about there and a little bit further. Right, so this is going to work like this. It's going to go through there. It's going to go through that hole. This will go around the other piece and then it'll clamp it in. So we'll go ahead and put that up there. So here, I'll go ahead and put it together so you can see what that's going to look like. So this is what it's going to look like, and then our other piece of pipe is going to come through right here. Now it is important when you're putting these on here that keep the bolts down so they don't interfere with your plastic. So nut down on these. Nut head, or the bolt head, can be up. Okay. Clacked into there. I'm going to just kind of put that on there temporarily. That'll give us a chance to get the other piece on and then kind of work with those as aligning them. So I got to make a measurement across here, center it up, go to the other end, and put that one up there, and then we'll move it where it needs to be. All right, so I'm still working on the end wall here. Ran out of batteries on my tools, so I think I'm going to wrap it up. But I'll give you a little bit of a tour, let you kind of see what's going on so you understand. And then we'll pick it up on another video later on, probably tomorrow, maybe tonight. Don't know, depends on when the tools can charge up. So this is our ridge connection. That's going to come up here to the far side. It's got the diagonal support in it already, but that is going to be our door. So yeah, the door is only shoulder height, which is done on purpose because I can seal everything that's up above here really good and airtight, and I'm not going to lose that in wintertime. It's going to allow me to keep that a little bit warmer. So a smaller door. This is a man door. This is for me. The other reason this is a 2-foot, there's a 2-foot opening here is from here to the wall is where our benches are going to be. So they're going to be in here. I'm going to put a lower bench down about here, and then I'll put an upper shelf here, and then I'll have grow tables on the other side. So we're going to have a 2-foot walkway down the center, and everything else will be on benches on the corners. So anyway, I hope you're enjoying. I hope you're learning something. Again, I will post plans for this when I get done, and I'll kind of refine them since this is kind of design and build as you go. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Ag Teacher Thoughts out.